Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video. I'm just gonna get right to it because I only have so much time to record on my phone. Anyway, to get things out of the way, yeah, you can call me a poser if you want, but it's not really being a poser if it's supporting an underground band. But this is a underground, I guess you could say kind of black and deathcore band called Nithiful from Florida. Check them out. Anyway, but we're here to talk about death metal though, strictly death metal. So I don't know if my friend Jimmy from the Block. He's actually the main reason I'm making this video right now is for Jimmy from the Block. So I'm going to start things off with a tech death band from Germany called a Pep. I don't know if you can see that or not. Fucking glare everywhere. There we go, a Pep. It got Egyptian-based, well, Egyptian-themed technical death metal. It said somewhere on this tape what number it was. Number 78 of 100. Cool. Anyway, I don't really care too much about that kind of thing. Most of my tapes are bootlegs anyway. Like this Benediction classic. Yeah, you know what that is. It looks like my camera's going dark again. Damn it. Yeah. Anyway. Here's one that Jimmy's definitely going to like. Broken Hope. And, here's one, another bootleg. It's Screams of Anguish by Brutality. By the way, I'm the only person I know who has a Brutality patch on his battle vest. Here's something a little more mainstream. This is my personal favorite Corpse Grinder era record from Cannibal Corpse. This is The Wretched Spawn. It has a nice red tape too. And here we're getting into some really underground brutal slam shit here. This is Cephalotripsy. You know that album cover. Who the fuck don't know that album cover? And here's another deep cut. We have Cerebral Engorgement. You might recognize the album cover, I don't know. Yeah. And now we have Demolich with their one and only album, but I have both album covers. We have the original album cover for Nespathy and the first re-release of it. I don't have the third re-release that has the third album cover, the remastered of the remaster. But eventually if I could find that, it would be nice. But while we're still on Demolich, here's that demo they put out afterwards. Or it was an EP. I forgot if they classified Vanishing Sessions as an EP or a demo, I don't remember. And of course, everyone's favorite brutal death slam band. We have Butcher of the Week from Devourment. This is the dark green cover. I swear if the light doesn't cooperate with me. But I actually used to have the yellow version of this on CD. In the CD that I got with it, it was purple like a PS1 disc. But this one's the white tape. And of course, their last good record, in my opinion, that came out in 2009, Unleash the Carnivore. I have the t-shirt for this as well. Okay, there, now you can see it. And here's another classic, Discarnate. Particularly this album. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them, or maybe you have, and I don't know if you have any in the collection or not. I know my friend Kyle from Dr. Messick's Death Metal Lab, or library, I mean, he has pretty much everything by them. We have Drawn and Quartered. This is one of their albums. And we have another. And not their newest, but their one before their newest. And if we want to get into like the ping snare, we have Ecchymosis. Where's the light? There, okay. I'm gonna have to just start holding them up at this angle to get all the light, and there's even more glare because a lot of these are still in the plastic. Now here's another one that I know that Jimmy's gonna really love, Flesh Grind. And here we have a EP from one of my well, not really a favorite, I would say one of the most criminally underrated bands out of the Netherlands, and even though they're not even really technically listed as melodic death metal, they have a lot of very melodic parts in their death metal. And I'm talking about none other than God Dethroned. This is the Christ Hunt, which I've always liked that album cover. It shows like a skinned rat on the front. All right, now we're going more into some familiarity for a lot of death metal fans out there. We have a Gorgasm Demo Days 1996. It says it here on the side of the tape. And then of course we have Stab Wound Intercourse. And I always forget the name of this one. Oh yeah, Orgy of Murder. I will say the album cover on this one, you can definitely tell it's bootleg because it looks kind of like stretched or pushed down. That way it fits a tape format. I have a couple tapes in here that are like this. Now, you and Jimmy, I'm talking to you again. I have an entire collection of nothing but Sean Whitaker's work. I mean, I used to be good personal friends with him before he just kind of went off the grid 2-3 years ago. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I even had his personal number for a while because I was on stage with him in that one video of mine that you can go back and see on this channel. But here is Decadent Orgy of Atrocious Suffering. I got the poster of this too. He even signed it for me. And my personal favorite of his, The Inherency of Profanation. Profanation. I can't fucking read today. Whenever A Brutal Mind had this for a t-shirt, I missed my opportunity. I didn't find out till several months later that they had printed these shirts. And I was so fucking mad. But anyway, yeah, I got it. This is actually like the very last tape too. This was the very last one that he had. Because this wasn't available anymore on any website. And I said, Sean, do you have one of these? And I said, I think I know somebody who has that one of those still. And so he managed to get this for me. So, and one of his more popular records, you know, the one with the angel that has their wings cut off. What the fuck is that? I can't remember long album title names. Okay, it's the Extirpating Omniscient, whatever the fuck that word is. It's too scrunched down because of the tape. But here's another one I know that you'll like, is a trilogy that comes in a little box set here of Internal Bleeding, the first 3 albums. We have, of course, Voracious Contempt, and then we have The Extinction of Benevolence, and Driven to Conquer. So now we're going to go over to Russia. I know that you didn't like Slaughter to Prevail at all, but their drummer was originally in this Russian brutal death metal band called Catalepsy. This is another one I wish I had a shirt for. And in my opinion, this is their only good record. After this album, they just started sucking real bad. But then we have the first Kill Everything record, Scorched Earth. And I know this is supposed to be death metal here, but I just thought I'd throw it in here just for fun. But one of my top favorite Lord Belial albums, Swedish black metal. Can't go wrong with Swedish black metal. Here's another really obscure one. We have Lacathia Aflame. If you can see, can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, Lacathia Aflame. This is so criminally fucking underrated. Now here's another one. If you haven't figured out yet, Jimmy, this video is mainly just dedicated to you. I feel like I'm only just talking to you here. We have, of course, Forensic by Mortal Decay. And then we have the Blueprint of Blood Spatter. And I actually asked the guys from Malignancy about this album, because one of them did guest guitar playing on this one. Unfortunately, this is my only Mortician that I have. It's The House by the Cemetery. And now we have Putrid Pile. We have Pleasure and Suffering. And my favorite, Collection of Butchery. And last in the P's, we have Pyrexia. Here's another one that has kind of a fucked up album cover because of the stretching and the scrunching down for the artwork. They had to actually put it sideways. It's the Sermon of Mockery. So you have to turn the tape like this to see the album cover the right way. And then we have the only two good albums from Severe Torture. I mean, I will say that Severe Torture did have some good records after these two, but these were the best they ever got. You know, after that they changed their style, went to just sound like a generic death metal band. This is the brutal days. The Feasting on Blood and Misanthropic Carnage. I need to get the t-shirt for this off of J-Dog's website. It's Hell's Headbangers. Now, Sean Whitaker, back to Sean Whitaker here. We have his independent release. Back when he was just going by his name in 2020. The Sickness Singularity, yeah. Now, to some more old school classic stuff. Sinister with Crossing the Styx. My personal favorite, Diabolical Summoning. And second favorite, Hate. And one of the two best Skinless records. I feel the same way about Skinless as I do Severe Torture. They have those two good records and the rest are just kind of whatever. But yeah, this is Progression Towards Evil. I have the t-shirt, the long sleeve shirt of this. I mean, actually, to be fair, I liked Trample the Weak, Hurdle the Dead. I actually have the hoodie for that I bought earlier this year, so I guess I'm kind of talking on my ass there, but I will say that they definitely had some lesser records. Out of Colombia, we have